Good morning, U.S. history. Welcome back. This video is more about in case you had any questions, we're not doing any discussions this weekend, or maybe next week we're going to jump into the curriculum. But today you're finished up the last of your information about yourself and how you apply in history, how your life is an important part of history. So, really quick, I'm going to go through the different folders and materials you can use for this week's activity. So, if you go down to week 3, you are going to go to the agenda. The agenda is all right here. So, today the question is, what is a story about a significant moment in your life from your early childhood? So, you're going to click the Padlet and it's going to take you over here where you're going to fill it out. All right. So over here is where you click the little memo and you add your story here. So my example right here is when I was like 6 or 7, I remember my mom before would tell me like, don't talk to the cholos or anything like that because they're all bad. Well, I remember that, but I remember watching a guy who was a cholo, hardcore back then in the 80s, and he saved some kid's life. And I remember thinking like, my mom was wrong. I can't believe like my mom wouldn't lie, but maybe she. So it made me question my mom. So I remember that being a big part of my development, and my mom being wrong. She was never wrong before. So make sure you go ahead and get that information in there, and make sure you put your name on there or initials at least, so you can get credit for that. All right. So that's part 1. Then you're going to go on to the snapshot autobiography, which is, move my face over here. It gives you you're going to be creating a brochure. And here's a brochure, one in Espanol and one regular. And you are going to, you have a couple options with your brochure. You can create one that's like a physical one, right? You can create one like that. It has your 3 stories right there and so on. Make sure there's illustration pictures or images about your baby life and then who you are. You can do a regular foldable one. You can do one if you like to open up an account with Canva. It's free. This one makes it look super fancy. I have one. So here you see over here it says for individuals, it's free. You can do one on your Google Drive if you like. You would go over to your documents. You go for a template. And if you scroll down, there's all different types you can choose from. Brochure right here, different types of brochures. You can go if you already have maybe the Office or Microsoft, you can go same thing. You would go to Word. You go to open up a new tab. And here, if you keep going a little bit more to the right, you'll come across all your options, which includes like a brochure. And also like it's the same one. Okay, so there's some options. You can do a physical one, okay, or you can do a virtual one. All right, so the next thing you will do, and all the instructions are there, all of it. So follow the instructions, the first panel, the second panel, how you would do that. Okay, get really creative with that. The second part, which is after you do all your stories and you complete it, then you're going to do an interview. And what that interview looks like is you're going to choose one story and you are going to get another perspective on that story about your life. So you're going to interview somebody. So who did you interview, their relation to you, their notes, what do the stories have in common, how are they different? So you are what they're called cooperating. right? So you're confirming with someone else that maybe they're the same. Kind of what cops do when they interview people when there's a scene, okay? They try to corroborate the story, and you're going to do the same thing with your story. Interview. And then the final part is, go back one, is in the agenda. Once you're done with that, then you're going to complete the Google form. It's a snapshot reflection of your experience doing this. It's a fairly simple activity. I'm sure you've done something similar before. And that's really it for this week. Like I said, next week we're going to jump into the curriculum. There's some things some students haven't turned in some of their tasks and assignments. So make sure you do that before the break and hopefully before back to school night. Back to school night is Thursday evening. So make sure to invite your folks and to have them, share them the link. And I think that's it. If you have any questions, you can definitely email me. I'll be online and you can definitely, if you need any clarifications. Okay. All right. Have a great week. And if I don't talk to you, have a great weekend. Bye.